Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Monday evening and welcome to NCW Life News. I'm Grant Olson, and before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window where it really wasn't a bad day today. Beautiful shot looking down at the Columbia River from the Brewster-Pateros area. I was up there over the weekend. There is a little bit of a dusting of snow on the hills there and much more as you make your way into higher elevations in the Methow Valley. But all in all, a nice day today with some sunshine, temperatures mainly between 35 and 40. But we do have a burn ban in effect for stagnant air. We're seeing a dry and cool inversion pattern in our weather this week, and that will, as I mentioned, decrease air quality. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a news story later on. But for the week ahead, yeah, that's that stagnant air we're talking about. A quick look at our 7-day outlook. Fog for most of the week beginning on Tuesday. That will be probably Tuesday night, and we can expect fog all the way through this week and into the upcoming weekend. As I mentioned, more on in your weather forecast a little bit later on. And for those watching on our Facebook, tune in to Local Tel Channel 12 or to Charter Channel 19, or you can stream us live at ncwlife.com for the full evening newscast tonight. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. It appears the state will dismiss a lawsuit filed against Oval Fruit Company, and a burn ban is in effect, as I mentioned, for Chelan and Douglas counties. But first, we begin tonight. A one-vehicle rollover this morning on Squilchuck Road sent one person to the hospital and blocked traffic for almost 2 hours. The accident happened just before 11 o'clock this morning near Milepost 1 on Squilchuck Road, just past the Squilchuck Market. No word on the condition of the driver or the cause of that accident. I-90 near Vantage was closed for around 4 hours this morning because of a blocking accident involving a semi-truck. The accident happened around 8 o'clock when the driver of that truck apparently reached down to use windshield washer fluid, lost control of the big rig, struck the barrier separating the roadway, and then traveled around 100 yards before coming to a stop. During the road closure, traffic was detoured to State Route 26 as road crews cleared fuel off the roadway and then towed that disabled semi. Fortunately, the driver of the truck was not injured. Washington State Patrol says the cause of the accident was driving too fast for conditions. Well, it appears the state will dismiss a lawsuit filed against Oval Fruit Company for setting the 2016 Foothills wildfire. The company's insurance carrier has paid the Washington State Department of Natural Resources over $424,000 for costs related to putting out the 156-acre fire. Oval Fruit employees accidentally ignited the fire while welding brackets during installation of bird netting in a cherry orchard. The lawsuit was filed in Douglas County Superior Court last month, and with the payment is expected to be dismissed as early as this week. Well, the weather forecast this week of cool, dry, stagnant air has prompted the Washington State Department of Ecology to issue a Stage 1 burn ban, which began today and will run through at least 9 a.m. on Wednesday. All outdoor burning and use of uncertified stoves and fireplaces will be prohibited in Chelan, Douglas, Kittitas, and Okanogan counties due to expected poor air quality throughout the region. The Stage 1 ban prohibits all outdoor burning. That includes residential, agricultural, and forest burning. Use of any wood-burning devices are prohibited unless they are a home's only adequate source of heat. Fire particles from wood smoke can get into people's lungs, causing possible heart and breathing problems. Coming up, 20 cases of salmonella have been reported in Washington and Oregon. We'll tell you more about that. Plus, Santa made a weekend appearance at Pybus Market. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching NCW Life News.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
Come find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special, using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Hi, I'm Blair from Works, your workout prescription. Have you ever started an exercise program and struggled to keep it going? So what if I told you that with this MyZone device, I could increase your chances of self-motivated exercise adherence by over 200%. Combine that with an exercise prescription specifically for your level of readiness, we'll increase it even more. And that's our new member success system. It's $99, it's exclusively at Works. It includes your MyZone belt. Works, yourworkoutrx.com.
In other news, on Friday, the Washington Department of Health urged people in Washington and Oregon to throw away pre-cut melons bought at area Fred Meyer, Rosauers, QFC, or Central Washington markets. 18 people in Washington and 2 people in Oregon have been diagnosed with Salmonella Newport after eating pre-cut watermelon and cantaloupe. State officials are investigating the possible source of the fruit, including where it was cut and packaged, and determining whether other retailers may have also sold the contaminated melons. No one in north central Washington has been diagnosed with Salmonella, which is a bacteria that can cause fever, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Over 4,000 people made the journey to Bethlehem. The annual reenactment of the Christ child's birthplace saw 164 people in costumes in the town, plus others in supporting roles, which included things like greeting and parking, along with the makers of around 600 dozen cookies that were enjoyed by participants and guests. This event is put on by the area's Seventh-day Adventist churches, but includes assistance from other folks in our community. This was the 8th year for this event. Pybus Market greeted Old St. Nick yesterday as he arrived in Wenatchee in a bright red helicopter. Here was the scene yesterday as captured by one of our NCW Life cameras. The city of Wenatchee welcomed a new retailer to town Friday with the ribbon cutting ceremony at Wild Birds Unlimited.
Ready to cut.
Okay,
You want to help me do it? Or?
go ahead.
Right here, is that good?
Oh! Oh! There!
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
That scissors never seems to work. The store offers bird feeding and bird watching products, including bird foods, bird feeders and houses, bird baths, hardware accessories for backyard habitats, optics, resource books, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited is located at 212 5th Street. You're watching NCW Life News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on NCW Life News. Stay with us.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan Mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. See us at the Plaza in Chelan for all your holiday needs.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Monday on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from Friday. We start with the 1B State Football Championship. Elmira Cooley Heartline set a couple of state game records with 84 points and 722 yards of total offense, downing Sunnyside Christian 84-60. Yeah, that's football, not basketball. There was followed by a blowout in the 3A title game on Friday. O'Day beating Rainier Beach 38-11. Saturday started with the 2A title game, which went to Hawkinson with a 35-22 win over Tumwater. Royal followed by winning its third consecutive state 1A championship and a state record 41st consecutive win, 33-27 over Meridian. Kalama held on to beat Liberty 28-27 with a late interception to preserve the 2B title. Finally, Richland built a 28-0 halftime lead and hung on for a 28-21 4A championship, the Bombers' first since 1999. On the Les Schwab Prep boys basketball scoreboard from Friday, Meade blew out Wenatchee 74-41, Toppenish top Cascade 80-38, Hanford East passed Eastmont 63-47, and Waterville Mansfield escaped Antioch with a 44-34 win. On the Les Schwab Prep girls scoreboard from Friday, Eastmont improved to 2-1 with a 61-45 win over Hanford. Wenatchee won its opener 59-55 over Kennewick. Cascade dropped its second straight 60-21 to Toppenish, while Antioch dropped Waterville Mansfield 57-36. Moving to Saturday in boys basketball, Walook hit 2 free throws with 5 seconds left to Ed Kashmir 42-40. Kamaikan topped Eastmont 68-41. Granger got the better of Chelan 65-61, and Brewster beat up on Waterville Mansfield 72-39. On the girls' side Saturday, Kamaikan gunned down Eastmont 69-37. Kashmir had no trouble with Riverview 66-31. Granger got by Chelan 59-50, and Brewster blasted Waterville Mansfield 42-16. Well, the Wenatchee Wild went 1-1 over the weekend north of the border. It opened on Friday night, coming from behind to beat Salmon Arm 4-1. Our friend Art Checker had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network with highlights courtesy Hockey TV.
Subsequently served, and now back the other way. There's Kingston. He's in his shot, and he scores. Sasaki dished it in, dropped off back to the left side, sharply down low, backhander and a score. August von Unger and Sternberg from down low, unsuccessful. Shoveled back up for Zek midpoint. He guides it to the right wall for Morton. He's in, he shoots, and he scores. Sam Morton rips the shot high glove side from the top of the right circle. Got held in at the point and pushed over to Morton. He spun and fires it. And the Wild have taken a 2-1 lead. They're up through center. Shander tried to cut in. Adams back in front, tip, and a glove save made by Isley. By Souter. He guides it around. It was out of the reach of Vanderbeck, but held in Sasaki. Far point now to Demon. Demon shot and a score! Demon shot with Weatherby as a screen. Looked like that may have gone right through the blocker side arm and body of Dumba. The near wing, Morton moves in, finds the trailer. Demon, his shot, and he scores! Slava Demon, his second of the night. As the Wild entered the zone, Demon was the high guy trailing on the zone entry. Sam Morton had it on the left wing, snapped it across, and Demon let it rip, beats Dumba on the glove side. And the Wild now lead it 4-1. Enters the zone, shouldered off the play by Adams. Chalatic throws it out front, but that'll bring the buzzer and the end of the game.
Then on Saturday, Wenatchee traveled to West Kelowna, trailing 3-1 midway through the second period. Wenatchee got a goal from Jasper Weatherby, and the second, and A.J. Vanderbeek in the third to force overtime, but R.J. Murphy's goal at 2:36 into the extra frame gave the Warriors the victory 4-3. Wild will be at home to host Trail on Wednesday before heading north of the border again for the weekend. Seahawks surprised the NFL world with a 24-10 win over Philadelphia at CenturyLink Field last night in front of a national television audience. Seattle scored on its first possession of the game on a 46-yard field goal, scored on an 11-yard touchdown pass with 10 seconds left in the first quarter, and went on for the 24-10 victory. That's a look at sports news on the NCW Life channel. Turning to our feature today, we bring you more from the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. We turn to the kid experts to see not only what the perfect toys for girls and boys would be to buy, but also to use them to actually do the shopping. Here you go. Hi, it's Eric Granstrom from the NCW Life channel along with Brent Rhodes from Country 104.7 KKRV.
Hey, we're here on behalf of the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive for what we're calling Ask the Experts.
Here's Les Schwab Area Manager Kirk Mosier to tell us more.
And one of the things that we really want to do is we want to go out in the community and get the kids. You know, we want the kids to be able to explain what's hot, what's the great toy, but more importantly, we want the kids to explain to them what it means to be a part of giving to children that maybe aren't going to be so fortunate Christmas Day. I mean, you know, we've got a lot of, like I said, a lot of great community support, but these kids, you know, it means something to them, just the same as it means to us. So we've really done our best to make sure that we can involve them, and Ask the Experts is part of that.
First up is 6-year-old Tessa and 5-year-old Elsie Depew.
Duck McStuffins, Vampirina, Hatchimals, LLs. Duck McStuffins toy, like there's this toy that has like animals, like 2 animals, and they have like a costume, and so then they have like accessories that you can put on the toys and stuff.
Hatchimals and Vampirina's toys. Hatchimals are a little kind of animal. They're like eggs, and then you have to wrap them, and then the heart, and then they will hatch when it turns pink.
People really don't have that much money and they can't buy presents. And so that's why me and my mom and dad and my brother and sister we just buy toys for other kids because they don't have money, they don't have toys, sometimes they don't have anything. Sometimes because we have a lot of toys, sometimes I just want to give some away.
Next up, here's 7-year-old Miles Strong.
What should all kids have for Christmas?
A present. I always think about once after Christmas, I'm like, oh, next year I want to get them this and this because they told me at Christmas that's what I want. If they were unlucky, I would get them a lot of stuff. Nerf guns, electric guitar, a keyboard, a scooter, Legos. I think the best one is Ninjago. They have the best. They have the most of Ninjago. Oh, and Lego City, basketball, football. For girls, maybe Barbie dolls.
You think so?
I don't know.
And our last expert, 10-year-old Addison Sangster.
Well, I think it's very special because I think it's cool to see them opening their presents on Christmas Day. Yeah. Well, I like art, so I get kits to make bracelets and like pottery and stuff like that. There's some kits to make jewelry, or there's craft kits like with paper and like stationery and stuff like that. Actually, a lot of people my age like slime. Yes, and fidget spinners and like that, and stuff like that, I guess, where they want.
So what do you think that's going to feel like for you, to get a chance to go and knowing that everything you pick is going to go to someone that could really use it?
Really good, just to know that you're going to help someone. It feels good to do that.
It's the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive.
They'll be shopping December 7th, 8th, and 11th at Hooked on Toys.
So be sure to watch for more on the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive Facebook page. And that's where you can find out how you can participate.
Thanks for watching. Grant Olson will return in a moment with a recap of today's top stories and your forecast. Thanks for watching the NCW Life channel.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Honey, I got the space heater.
Make sure you survive winter. Call Central Washington Heating and Air before it's too late. This winter, don't get shocked by the cold. Call Central Washington Heating and Air today.
Time now for a recap of some of our top stories. A one-vehicle rollover this morning on Squilchuck Road sent one person to the hospital and blocked traffic for almost 2 hours. The accident happened just before 11 this morning near milepost 1 on Squilchuck Road, just past the Squilchuck Market. No word yet on the condition of the driver or the cause of that accident. I-90 near Vantage was closed for around 4 hours this morning because of a blocking accident involving a semi-truck. The accident happened around 8 o'clock when the driver of that truck apparently reached down to use windshield washer fluid, lost control of the big rig, and then struck the barrier separating the roadway. During the road closure, traffic was detoured to State Route 26 as road crews cleaned fuel off the roadway and then towed that disabled semi. Fortunately, the driver of the truck was not injured. Washington State Patrol says the cause of the accident was possibly distracted driving and going too fast for conditions. It appears the state will dismiss a lawsuit filed against Oval Fruit Company for setting the 2016 Foothills wildfire. The company's insurance carrier has paid the Washington State Department of Natural Resources over $424,000 for costs related to putting out the 156-acre fire. Oval Fruit employees accidentally ignited the fire while welding brackets during installation of a bird netting in a cherry orchard. The lawsuit was filed in Douglas County Superior Court last month, and with the payment is expected to be dismissed as early as this week. And now your weather forecast for north central Washington. But before we get to that, let's take another peek outside our weather window. Beautiful shot up in the Methow Valley, Pateros, Brewster area. A dusting of snow on the hills there as we look down at the Columbia River. A little bit of sun shining too, and we did see some sun today. But I'll tell you what, as we look at our surface map and what's going on around the west and the country, our pattern has changed. We have high pressure now just off the coast of us, which is pretty much deflecting all the moisture up and over that area of high pressure and back down into Montana. As we put that map in motion, you can see that our weather pattern has changed over the United States. While the eastern two-thirds of the nation has enjoyed mild temperatures the last several days, an Arctic front is about to bring much colder conditions to areas east of the Rockies this week. As I mentioned, coming up and over that area of high pressure and then down through Montana and into the Dakotas, which will change the weather for that part of the country. For us here in the Pacific Northwest, a large high-pressure ridge will set up over the region, bringing a prolonged period of dry and stable weather. Today's satellite loop shows the high pressure building in the Pacific. For north central Washington tonight, bands of mid and high level clouds will spill over the top of our high pressure ridge, and that will allow temperatures to drop down tonight into the upper 20s. Late Tuesday then through Sunday, we will see a fairly stagnant weather pattern with areas of fog in the valleys and lowlands. With these foggy conditions expected this week, travel could be difficult with slick roadways and poor visibility. And along with light winds, we will see high temperatures throughout the period in the mid-30s with low overnight temperatures in the mid-20s. Here's a look at your forecast now, and tonight we'll drop down to another cool one of around 26 degrees as we make our way into Tuesday. 36 your high tomorrow, 24 the overnight low on Tuesday, and then expect some fog moving in. We will see it Wednesday through Sunday. 35 your high on Wednesday. Foggy conditions then Thursday all the way through Sunday. We could see patchy fog in the morning and then maybe even some denser fog throughout the day. As I mentioned, high temperatures remaining mainly in the middle 30s with lows throughout that forecast period in the middle 20s. And as we leave you tonight, we mentioned it, colder weather is on the way this week. And as a way to educate the public on how to prevent pipes from freezing, the city of Walla Walla produced this informative and very creative video.
I'm City of Walla Walla Mayor Alan Pomerantz, and I approve this message.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Ice pipes, baby. Ice pipes, baby. Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Winter's back and it's gonna be wicked. Water in your pipes will end up freezing if you don't do this every season. Can you make it stop? Yo, I don't know. Find the main shut off to stop the flow. On freezing nights, open doors to your cupboards. That'll cost you less than a call to your plumber. Dance and let your faucet drip slow. And don't forget to unscrew your hose. Insulate your outdoor spigot with styrofoam if you can dig it. Drain the tube and check your water meter. Make sure your lid stay close to Easter. If you have sprinklers, yo, get them blown out. VRBO, shut the main, let it flow out. Ice pipes, baby. Ice pipes, baby.
And if you have a video of the day you'd like to see right here on NCW Life News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. Also, make sure you tune in to the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com. Like us on Facebook and follow NCW Life channel on Twitter.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Thursday night, hockey night on the NCW Life channel. It all begins at 7 o'clock with a call of the Wild and Clarkie's Corner. Then it's non-stop hockey action with a voice of the Wild, Arch Ecker. Join us as the Wild battle the rest of the BCHL. Thursday night is hockey night on the NCW Life channel.
What's with Courtney? Oh, everybody at Apple Valley Honda knows she loves Christmas.
You're gonna love the HRV and our lifetime warranty. And doesn't the color remind you of Christmas? Yeah, I love Christmas. It's the most magical time of year. I help put people in Hondas, some of the safest vehicles on the road. It makes me feel like Santa. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.